WrestleMania Fallout. In this video, we're going to be looking at John Cena ruining wrestling, Becky Lynch and her major announcement, Joe Hendry's bright WWE future, Chyna going in the WWE Hall of Fame, and oh, by the way, there is a new WWE show coming out that we are going to be discussing. Let's go. Everyone is talking about John Cena winning number 17. He beat Cody Rhodes in the main event of WrestleMania Night 2 to become the undisputed WWE champion. 17-time, he has now broken his and Ric Flair's world title record for the most reigns in history. They were tied at 16. He is now a 17-time champion. This match absolutely sucked. Everyone seems to be on the same page with that, which says something considering how divided wrestling is these days. John Cena doing a classic heel move. He introduces the WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes, he stops it. Tug of war, a la Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns from years ago, and Cody Rhodes gets the championship. However, Cody Rhodes, no, he's no cheater, so he does not opt to use the championship. John Cena, on the other hand, he's a heel. He's going to take all advantages. He hits Cody Rhodes in the nuts, hits him with the title. 1, 2, 3, we have a new champion. Here's what I didn't like. Why are we having Travis Scott involved in these segments? It's just, I don't understand. More on that in a minute. Now, John Cena coming out of the show appeared at the press conference, and he stated that he's only there so he wouldn't get fined, a la Marshawn Lynch from years ago. I'm just here so I won't get fined. And he sent a message to the reporters. He doubled down. If you recall, going into this match, he vowed not only would he win the WWE Championship, but he would retire as WWE Champion. Now, his retirement tour, it wraps up in December, okay? He was just advertised for WWE's takeover in part. So he's not retiring, but he did double down. He said, you guys are just looking for headlines, so I'll give you one. Tune into Monday Night Raw to see how I ruin wrestling. And keep in mind, you are now talking to the last champion. Step your game up. I absolutely love this because he is doing everything possible to ruin wrestling for fans right now. And that is like the biggest part of his heel turn. Okay. It is all about him versus the fans. That's the feud. It doesn't matter who he's necessarily working with. Cody Rhodes was simply a representation of the fans, and that was a way for them to feud into that. John Cena is doing outstanding work as a heel. His matches are really, really bad. He is past his prime. Brian Alvarez mentioned on Wrestling Observer Radio this morning about how he does not think that John Cena is working out in the ring ahead of these matches and that is hurting his performances. Now, granted, he did have a great exchange with CM Punk in Elimination Chamber, but switching gears, WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, well, they lost the titles to Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria on night 2 of WrestleMania. Now, coming out of this, Becky Lynch had a pretty big announcement. Now, keep in mind that there had been reports for months that, hey, Becky Lynch is coming back. No, she's not. Hey, they wanted her to come here. They wanted to appear on Raw on Netflix. They wanted her to appear at the Royal Rumble. They wanted her to appear heading into Mania, and all of which was nixed. Now, it has been reported that WWE was consistently pitching creative to her, yet the two sides just could not get on an agreement and come down to like, all right, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. This makes sense. No, it doesn't. Right? She even stated at a comedy show that she was not wrestling right now, yada, yada, yada. And then they did the whole attack angle. Bayley gets pulled, and people are freaking out of like, oh my God, where's Becky Lynch, right? Becky Lynch replacing Bayley in this match was a major mistake. And I'll tell you why. You could have kept Bayley on the card. You could have had Liv and Raquel retain the titles, and then you could have had Becky Lynch come out there and make the save afterwards. Everyone wins, everyone positives, everyone benefits, right? So coming out of this show, what was this major announcement that she talked about? Well, she discussed her return and the match, and she said, well, it's WrestleMania, isn't it? And Lyra needed a partner. Bayley, unfortunately, got taken out yesterday. We all saw that. So there wasn't much time to prepare, but she's going to call and ask for something, and I'm proud of her, and I would be there in a heartbeat. I was already here watching my husband main event WrestleMania last night in a hell of a match. The match was insane. It was amazing. I'm so proud of all my people. Lyra, my husband. It was a great weekend for the men. Now, this is where the announcement kicks in. She noted, yes, the man does not do part-time. Come on now. When I go hard, and I go until I can't no more or until I take another break. So she is back full-time. That is something in which she confirmed And that is good news. That's good news for WWE. That's good news for the entire women's division, as she is one of their biggest stars. So I absolutely love that she's confirmed it. She's gotten ahead of it, and we're moving on with it. Joe Hendry. So TNA World Heavyweight Champion Joe Hendry, he had his career take off last year. He went viral, impressed WWE officials with his NXT appearances, and he previously appeared in the men's Royal Rumble match earlier this year. Now, Randy Orton took on a mystery opponent as Kevin Owens was sidelined due to a serious neck injury at WrestleMania 41. That opponent, well, it was Joe Hendry. It was a short match. Hendry at one point hit a fallaway slam before Orton hit an RKO out of nowhere. At the post-show press conference, Triple H spoke about the appearance, and he stated this: "I love Joe Hendry. He's a great talent, great entertainer, smart, respectful for what we do. He has a bright future. I was really happy that we could put him in this spot and showcase him for everybody on a bigger platform. I told him right before he walked out, you will be here again, so enjoy this one because the pressure gets heavy from here. This will be the easiest WrestleMania you ever do, and you will do more," end quote. Corey Hayes of PX Next, he reported that Joe Hendry, as well as Jeff Hardy, was considered to be Randy Orton's WrestleMania opponent. So keep in mind with that. So Chyna, she is a member of the WWE Hall of Fame as a member of D-Generation X, yet she has not been inducted as an individual. Many people think that she deserves a introduction to this ground due to her groundbreaking career as a former women's and intercontinental champion, as well as her significant influence on today's wrestlers. Now, in the past, Triple H has acknowledged concerns regarding children discovering Chyna's past adult film work, and at the post-event press conference, he discussed a potential Hall of Fame induction for the late wrestler. And he says, "I don't know about next year, but it's definitely going to happen. There are a lot of people, when you say Hall of Fame, there are a lot of people that should be in the Hall of Fame and will be in the Hall of Fame. You can't just put all of them in at once." As far as Chyna, her contributions to the business alone, I can see it in these women when they get in there. We're at an age, unfortunately, where we all grew up idolizing her. Yeah, but I see it in their work, their gear, and what works and doesn't. It all stems from that. She's in the Hall of Fame with DX, but she will be in the Hall of Fame by herself when the time is right for sure. That's the only thing that I would say don't hold your breath on. I think this is simply, oh yeah, we're going to acknowledge this, but we're going to kick it down the road kind of thing. So don't hold your breath on it, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on. I just don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. And finally, WWE has a new show coming out. So the partnership between WWE and Netflix will see a new behind-the-scenes documentary debut on the streaming service this summer. It was announced during WrestleMania that a new show called WWE Unreal is slated to premiere in the summer. And that is all we know. Now, according to WWE's announcement, the documentary series will focus on what goes on behind the scenes in WWE and will take a look inside of the WWE's writer's room and what goes on outside of the ring. Michael Cole stated that the series would also follow WWE stars, where the drama is just as intense offstage as it is under the spotlight. Just keep in mind that Mark Shapiro, who is TKO's chief operating officer, he had previously stated that this series is very similar to F1's Drive to Survive. I don't know. I'm a little hesitant on this. As a fan, I'm very interested, but I think the curtain has been pulled back so much on the business that this may be a little overkill.